Right now at 10, big news tied to the Blackhawk Bridge and your commute. And why you might be giving up tomatoes, and it has nothing to do with the taste. Plus, preparations are underway for the La Crosse County Fair, what you can expect during the 5-day event.
WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. The Blackhawk Bridge is set to be demolished. It comes after 2 safety closures in 2024 and 2025. So how will motorists get around? News 8 Now's Jadius McGee has the answers.
The Lansing Bridge is set to close later this year as part of a plan to replace the nearly 100-year-old structure. Iowa DOT officials say it's the safest way to keep the project moving.
To ensure safety, we've decided to close the existing bridge so we can proceed with the construction of the new bridge.
The bridge sees thousands of drivers every day, connecting Iowa and Wisconsin across the Mississippi River.
The annual average daily traffic is about 2,250 vehicles.
The DOT is looking at ways to help, including bringing back the water taxi that ran during earlier closures. But right now, that service is unavailable.
We don't have the water taxi in place currently. Today, the only other option would be to go down to Marquette and Prairie du Chien Bridge or up to the La Crosse Bridge. But we're looking at reinstating the water taxi, provided we can still get the providers of that service.
But according to DOT officials, running that service in the winter can be a challenge.
That would definitely be a challenge. And it'd be very expensive to break ice throughout the winter. And I don't know that we would be able to break ice to the landing on the Wisconsin side.
The bridge is set to be ready by 2027. For now, drivers can still cross, but that will change by the fall. Reporting in La Crosse, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
The Holmen Police Department is looking for information on a hit and run. It happened in the 2000 block of Prairie Place between 7 p.m. Saturday and 7 this morning. Police say the vehicle is red. If you have any information, call the Holmen Police Department at 608-526-4212. 2 people are in custody after a vehicle pursuit in Jackson County. Last night, police attempted to pull over Jeremy Guy in the town of Manchester. He was wanted on a felony arrest warrant. He fled and stopped on a dead-end road before fleeing on foot. Guy and his passenger, Brenda Hintz, were taken into custody without incident. Well, a nice and warm start to the week with some 90s expected tomorrow. How long is this heat wave going to last, Greg?
Well, it's just a minor one, really, because we only got about another day before things do take a turn to much cooler conditions, too. But overnight, it's going to be another warm and humid night with temperatures once again probably staying close to 70 for most areas. As a look at the overnight lows, probably mid to upper 60s for most areas, a few areas in the lower 70s. The humidity's up, too, so we'll feel a little muggy than we've had for the last couple days. Overall, we have a boundary that kind of is pushing slowly to the north. This is going to be the focus of activity going into tomorrow, and exactly how far north or south it goes. We could see some showers and thunderstorms. Meanwhile, all the cooler air is well to the north, but that front up in Canada is one that's going to be watching as we get later on. So overall, as we wake up we're looking at 71. No activity, should be dry straight to the day. 85 with that south-southwest wind begin to pick up. It will be humid, probably less haze too than we've seen overall. Now the low temperature isn't showing there. It's around 70 for La Crosse, otherwise getting back up to around 85 with south-southwest winds. Also pretty uneventful overall. So later on, we'll kind of break down when we will see the showers and storms for some areas Tuesday, how active it'll be for Wednesday, and more importantly, what those temperatures look like for the end of the week. If you're looking for some maybe like early September-like temperatures, we might have some of that in store.
Oh boy, that sounds good for a lot of people, I'm assuming. All right, thank you, Greg. Well, dozens of volunteers were working today to get the La Crosse County Fair ready. Trucks have come through with different parts for rides, and kids involved with 4-H were starting to set up their livestock exhibitions. The fair will be jam-packed throughout its 5-day runtime with plenty of family fun, entertainment, and displays to enjoy. The fair's manager expects tens of thousands to come to this event.
We estimate close to 20,000 will come during the duration of the 5 days. And we base that on the number of cars that are in the parking lot and multiply that out and make an estimated calculation.
Fair officials say they try to keep the event budget friendly. Parking and admission are free, and on Wednesday you can buy $2 ride tickets that you can use throughout the fair's duration. Pretty good deal. The Winona County Fair wrapping up over the weekend. Officials say about 40,000 people attended this year. The fair was jam-packed with petting zoo attractions, a midway, 4-H competitions, and a talent show. Wisconsinites could pay more for tomato-based products as the U.S. ends a nearly 30-year-old trade agreement with Mexico. The agreement allowed importers to avoid certain tariffs on the product. Now that it's over, the U.S. will implement a 17% import duty on most tomato imports from Mexico. This could result in price increases at grocery stores and restaurants. The Wisconsin Restaurant Association's executive vice president says owners are doing everything they can to keep prices down.
Operators are not raising their menu prices as high as they need to cover the increased cost in food. Definitely something that restaurant operators are trying to think through and plan for regarding changes in their menu.
Quam says tariffs impact small restaurants the most. That trade agreement officially ended today. Winona's Merchants Bank is celebrating 150 years. Today it hosted a Kids Day to kick off the celebrations. Children from around the community got to celebrate with a fun-filled day of race carts, bags, face painting, and snacks. Bank officials say it's great to give back to the customers that made this milestone possible.
We're really celebrating the youth in our community by having some fun games inside of our historic lobby and just trying to share a little bit of the excitement with the youth of today and our future leaders in the community of tomorrow.
The celebration continues tomorrow with Senior Day Coffee Talk and Wednesday with Community Night. The North La Crosse Community Library hosted an eco-friendly craft event this afternoon. Participants had the chance to transform upcycled materials into unique new creations. The library's public experience supervisor shares that she hopes the event inspires a deeper appreciation for creativity, upcycling, and the resources the library offers.
It's pretty fantastic to see what the kids come up with. We provide a variety of upcycled materials and we ask them to unleash their imagination, and it's just wonderful to see each week what folks come up with.
The library has offered the event every Monday from 3 to 5. Well, local sports officials, coaches, and administrators are golfing for a cause today. At least they were. Teeing off for the sportsmanship golf outing at Cedar Creek Golf Club earlier today. The event raises funds for the CROA's Jim Loken Sportsmanship Scholarships. Each spring, 2 high school seniors are awarded for their outstanding sportsmanship.
We give out scholarships to 1 male and 1 female senior athlete of the Coulee region and provide some money for their college education. And they earn the award based on getting nominated by officials at games that they're working, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, softball, or whatever it might be.
The scholarships are in honor of Jim Loken, an official who died in 1994 while officiating a high school basketball game. Tennis courts at Forest Hills are closed until further notice. It's for scheduled renovations, including construction of replacement courts. It's part of the La Crosse Parks Department's 5-year capital improvement plan. Still to come, how President Trump is stepping in to try ending the Russia-Ukraine war, and a multi-million-dollar bust at the Atlanta airport. When we come back.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
The 30% solar tax credit could end in 2025. If you want to install solar on your residential or commercial property and receive this tax credit, call 608-780-2347 to get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy today.
Starting now, celebrate quality and comfort with the Made in America sale at Wesco Home. Shop trusted American brands like Smith Brothers, Lazy Boy, England, Best, Door County, and Superior Furniture, all at unbeatable prices. Right now, save on all in-stock pieces made with quality you can feel. Don't see the perfect item in stock? Save up to 30% on custom orders. Built to last, made to order, crafted with pride in the USA. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
President Trump is running out of patience with Russian President Putin, threatening biting tariffs against Russia unless there is a deal to end the war in Ukraine within 50 days. Nancy Cortez is at the White House with the latest.
I think this is a chance at getting peace.
After months of failed talks, President Trump is taking a side, and it isn't Russia. Today, he announced the U.S. will produce more weapons for Ukraine, with Europe footing the bill.
They're paying for everything. We're not paying anymore. We have an ocean separating us. I said, we have a problem. We make the best stuff, but we can't keep doing this.
The move is meant to ensure that Ukraine gets the support it needs, even if congressional interest wanes after 3.5 years and $130 billion.
It's potentially a lifesaver for Ukraine.
John Sullivan is a former U.S. ambassador to Russia and a CBS News contributor.
What President Trump seems to be saying is that the Europeans have more of a vested interest in Ukraine's success than the U.S. does. So let them pay for it.
Just look at a map, right? Which is not to say the U.S. doesn't have a serious and important interest, but the real immediacy is in Europe, Central Europe, and that includes Germany.
I just want to recognize just the longstanding partnership that we've had.
Just today, Germany's defense minister met with Pentagon officials to discuss a plan to finance at least 2 new Patriot missile defense systems. Ukraine has been begging for them after the deadliest month for civilians there in 3 years. And while Trump has had his clashes with Ukraine's president, lately Russia's Vladimir Putin has been irking him even more.
I always hang up and say, well, that was a nice phone call, and then missiles are launched into Kiev or some other city, and I said, strange. And after that happens 3 or 4 times, you say, the talk doesn't mean anything.
President Trump is also threatening to impose new sweeping tariffs on countries that buy oil and gas from Russia, primarily China, Brazil, and India. Those purchases are crucial to Russia, enabling it to fund its war effort. And so the White House is hoping this new threat will make them think twice. Nancy Cortez, CBS News, the White House.
New flood risks are complicating recovery efforts in Kerr County, Texas. Rain is forcing some crews to suspend search efforts. Right now, as nearly 160 people are still missing. Officials say despite the new problems, search efforts will go on.
Going to take, who knows, I think we'll still go strong for another month or 2, up to maybe 6 months, winding down.
The deadly floods have claimed over 139 lives. A multi-million-dollar drug bust at the Atlanta airport landed a traveler in jail last month. 22-year-old Vance Randolph was headed to Sao Paulo, Brazil, when officers say they found a large amount of marijuana in his luggage. The drugs have an estimated street value of $2.9 million. Jail records showed Randolph was charged with trafficking marijuana and later released on bond. The price for forever stamps are up, the cost jumping from 73 cents to 78. The USPS says operating costs are the reason for the hike. The move comes after the release of 2 new stamps, SpongeBob SquarePants and former First Lady Barbara Bush. The Port of Los Angeles saw record-breaking cargo volume in June, up 32% from May. Importers were racing to get goods in before the July 9th tariff pause expired. Now with a new deadline of August 1st, businesses are scrambling once again. President Trump's latest tariff plan includes steep hikes on goods from the EU, Canada, China, and more. That's pushing retailers to stock up early, especially ahead of the holiday season. But port officials expect volume to drop sharply in August as companies avoid speculative ordering and brace for higher costs. We'll have more news ahead, but first,
And we got another day of warm, humid conditions, but we do have storms on the horizon for some Tuesday night. Others may see it Wednesday, and followed by much cooler conditions. We'll break it all down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We're celebrating Home Furniture's 51st anniversary. Right now, get our best finance offer ever and pay no interest until 2030. Get this sectional for just $19 a month, or pay cash and get an extra 10% off, just $8.99. The 51st anniversary sale, now at Home Furniture.
We see you out there, making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like these special buy men's Skechers, just $29.99 while supplies last. Save $5 on Blaine's brand original cat food, $24.99. And assorted Taste of the Wild dog food, $3 off. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Save big with hot deals at Menards, all after 11% rebate. Control bugs with indoor-outdoor insect killer, only $5.49. Stay cool with a box fan or oscillating pedestal fan, just $14.99 each. Pick up a bag of play sand, only $1.99. A 12-pack of toilet paper, only $3.55. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. Get crispy tacos for just $1.39 every Taco Tuesday, only at Taco John's.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
It's the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get up to an extra 50% off regular prices or pay no interest until 2030 on the best selection of porch and patio in the Midwest. Right now during the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Developing at the Grand Canyon, 2 fires are burning out of control. The canyon's north rim is now shut down. The fire there growing to over 40,000 acres. Officials say fueling the fires at times are 60-mile-per-hour winds. As of now, the south rim remains open. Well, we had a pretty hot one today, maybe a little bit of a more muggier day tomorrow. Let's send it over to Greg for the latest.
Yeah, we hit 90. It looks like 90 once again tomorrow, but that's going to then change here for the rest of the week as we get more moisture and this cold front. And really, if you look at overall, this boundary right there is separating probably more hot and humid conditions to our south. We're kind of right on the edge of the warmer, humid conditions right between it, and then the front to the north, that's the one that really has the cooler air, more probably September-like air mass attached to it in Canada. That's the one eventually we'll get that to swing through, but it's not till probably Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll start seeing a change. But we still got to deal with thunderstorms along this front, and we got more along the cold front to come through Wednesday night. Overall for tomorrow, you can start off, it should be quiet in the morning. Even by 10, 11 p.m., we're going to start seeing that boundary is just up to the north. You can see the winds out of the south, so it's hanging just to the north of Rusk County over to just north of Minneapolis. We're going to see the showers and thunderstorms try to develop. It's going to take a little bit of time, and potentially by the afternoon time frame, we might see a little bit of activity, but right now the trend has been pushing it more to the north. So Rusk County could get into some activity, but it wouldn't be until about 6:30 you start seeing the line of showers and thunderstorms developing, kind of where an old boundary sits. That could sag southward. Now how far south it gets is a little bit in question. So, but Eau Claire northward, that's the the opportunity. You might see it from the PM commute to about sunset. That activity will fall apart. It's unlikely to get to I-90 tomorrow night. It'll probably fall apart and just be a little bit of cloud cover. As you see, it struggles to get further south. So don't expect buckets of wave precipitation tomorrow evening or tomorrow night for areas along I-90 further south. Fairly quiet. Then that activity is going to persist, and then it probably will continue to push into the I-90 area more towards the morning hours or late morning. As you see, about noon to 1 p.m. we start seeing more of the activity further south here. So it should be a quiet morning to start off with, but then showers and thunderstorms will develop more towards the afternoon time frame. Less of thunderstorms as you go further north. Be more just showery activity for Eau Claire northward through Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon we get a little bit of a break, and then Wednesday night we have more showers, even periods of light rain kind of wrapping around as cool air begins to pick up a little bit. So Wednesday late night could actually be a little bit of light rain drizzle, kind of a period of wetness as we go through Thursday morning. But then by Thursday afternoon, all that in the front pushes to the east. We start to clear out. That wind out of the north, definitely going to start feeling it. That's the good news going into Thursday and Friday. Now the severe risk tomorrow, you notice that line pushing south. It depends how this stays together, but this, if it pushed further south, it would be damaging wind threat really. So Rusk County down to Eau Claire will be the area to watch. I think further south it goes, it weakens probably the time it gets further south, so that threat really diminishes. Now Wednesday, it all depends on what goes on Tuesday night, but that threat is further to the south and less of a threat given more cloud cover and less sun. Means the instability is not as important, but overall that still would be a threat down there for damaging winds. So we got two threats to monitor, but I think the main one is tomorrow evening for areas north of Eau Claire we'll keep an eye on. Otherwise, temperatures tomorrow should be upper 80s to low 90s. The humidity will be up there. Heat index probably 90 to 95, similar to what we saw today. Now Wednesday really depends on where you're at. If further south and east you go, there's an opportunity to be a quiet morning and get those temperatures more into the mid 80s potentially. Further north you go, more morning cloud cover, and persistent cloud cover may keep those temperatures more in the low to mid 70s. So quite a contrast of temperatures depending on where you're at. Wednesday overall, less activity, more sun in the afternoon a little bit, but still overall cool, about 10 degrees below average, less humidity. That's just the start, because Friday, once again, mid 70s, low humidity, very end of August, early September-like conditions. Now we go throughout the weekend, we'll warm up a little bit, but still below average with that rain chance Friday night into Saturday. Sunday overall still kind of looks dry, and then we get to more summer warmth and humidity returns for Monday and Tuesday. So if you want the good cool conditions, we got a couple more days to go, but it's definitely going to be a change, especially the overnight lows going from about 70
to 50s.
Across will be in the low to mid 50s.
That's
too.
crazy.
So it'll feel nice.
Yeah, we are expected to have another 90-degree day in July, right?
Oh, we have about 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, or 9, 7,
Yes.
8, or 9 left. That's awesome. Okay, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, details on a couple of first picks in the MLB draft by the Brewers, plus bombs away. Highlights from an exciting night of home runs at the Derby down in Atlanta. Jacob is up next.
Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Plus, cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Hey, Nick. Want your usual? Yeah, please. How's your day going? Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it. Nothing that GNT can't take your mind off of, right? Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on GNC to put my mind at ease. Especially when I make them, eh? Well, I'm talking about GNC heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
Call GNT. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to GNT.
You're young, but your bathroom is old. I get it. I visit my kids, grandkids, my precious great-grandkids. Doesn't fit their lifestyle. Not safe. Old and ugly. You'll be amazed at the transformation you can make in just a few days. New tub and shower with all new fixtures, new toilet, new sink and vanity, new flooring, at an investment much less than you might think. Call the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate on your new bathroom.
He promised to bring down our costs. But Congressman Derek Van Orden just voted to make our electric rates skyrocket. His plan removes clean energy from the electric grid, creating an energy shortage. So now the power companies are saying, quote, "We're going to force electricity prices to the moon." How does Van Orden expect us to afford that? So the next time you open your electricity bill and see a bigger number, remember that Congressman Van Orden's plan made our rates go up.
Dreaming of a new ride? Apply today at driveultra.org and make your dream a reality. Hey, dogs can dream too. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, for most teams, the All-Star break comes at a good time. It allows teams to regroup, heal themselves up a bit, and refocus for a second-half run. For the Brewers, though, I'd venture to say they were hoping for another game today after locking up another sweep yesterday. Milwaukee is currently on a 7-game win streak entering the Midsummer Classic pause. Since May 25th, the Crew has the best record in baseball with a mark of 31-12, including 2 unbeaten streaks of 7 games or more. Pat Murphy thought that last series against the Nationals could have been a trap, but his team acknowledged that they had to play well, and they did just that.
We weren't on all cylinders by any stretch in the last 3 games, but we had big innings, and we did what we had to do, and there were some unique performances, but it's Major League Baseball. Anytime you can win 3 games, you're lucky in a series. So.
Both competing in the big leagues.
And in case anyone is looking forward to seeing a Brewer in the All-Star game tomorrow, reports say that Jacob Misiorowski is going to be pitching in the 7th inning. Well, yesterday marked the start of the 2025 MLB draft. Some future stars of the game being selected, and Milwaukee hopes they can continue their run of picking some productive major leaguers. With their first pick, number 20 in the first round, they went with Andrew Fisher, a slugger out of Tennessee who played first base and third base with the Vols. Dave Schoenfeld of ESPN has his MLB comp as Max Muncy of the Dodgers. The Brewers went with shortstop/third baseman Brady Ebel of Corona High School with the 32nd pick. Left-handed pitchers J.D. Thompson of Vanderbilt and Frank Chiron of Delsay Regional High School were picked in the 2nd round. Of course, the new members of the Crew hoping to one day play in the MLB Futures Game, All-Star Game, or even the Home Run Derby, which was tonight down in Atlanta. Always a fun time seeing some of the game's biggest stars launching some bombs, and that includes Byron Buxton of the Twins, who was looking to become the first Twins player to win the Derby since '08 when Justin Morneau did it. Buxton made it through the first round with 20 big flies before being eliminated in the semis. It was Junior Caminero of the Rays who knocked out Buck as he made quick work of the Twins outfielder in round number 2. Highlight of round 1 in the night in total was Pirates' O'Neal Cruz launching one 513 feet, tied for the 4th longest in Derby history. But in the end, it's Cal Raleigh, the home run leader this season, who wins it all, the first catcher to ever win the Home Run Derby. And quite the honor for a longtime UW lacrosse football coach today. Frank Tierney is a part of the 2026 Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Tierney has coached the Eagles since 1998 and has been a key part of some impressive athletes' careers, including Jack Studer, who broke the school record in receiving yards and touchdowns just this last season for the Eagles. Back in 1973, Tierney led Manhattan College in receptions and scores as a senior. But back to the Derby. It was your first experience.
It was.
Kind of really looking at the Derby. So what were your thoughts?
It was a lot of fun to watch. I bet you they were thinking, oh my God, if I could only hit this way all the time. Because it's like a relaxed environment. Yes. It's really fun. And But no, it was an impressive competition.
It was very close. Some drama at the end. It could have been a swing off at the end, but also then Cal Raleigh wins it. And it was cool because he had his dad pitching, brother catching behind him.
Catching.
Family affair.
18 home runs.
Yes,
right?
18 in the final round. So.
And Caminero was 15.
Yep.
So congrats to him. He had that big medal to show for it. God, that looked heavy. All right, more news right after this.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
It's the summer sales event. Great time to buy. Nice weekend, Hank?
Spectacular. Took the family camping, courtesy of Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. Morgan?
Baseball tournament. My Sports at the Homeland Field.
How about you two?
Mud bath.
Get 0 down, 0% financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on Bronco. Or lease Bronco for $499 a month with 0 down. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
This is Tony, and this is Tony's Good Feet story.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job. Before my arch supports, I felt defeated, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I'm more positive.
Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Furnish your home with the Forest at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best priced furniture store. Browse cozy Amish rockers, customizable easy sofas made in Wisconsin, and stunning handmade dining sets in hickory, walnut, aspen, and barnwood. Shop pantries, counter bars, gun cabinets, and more. Style your space this season with our cabin rug collection, multiple sizes available. Swing by the bed shed for rustic bedroom sets, bunk beds, and Amish-made office furniture. Family and veteran owned. Visit Black River Furniture Outlet this summer.
Cut your energy bills and heat your water smarter with the Bradford White Heat Pump Water Heater from Maxwell White. Right now, get up to $2,400 in savings with rebates and incentives. Efficiency meets serious savings. Upgrade today. Bradford White and Maxwell White, built to be the best.
The police department in Sierra Vista, Arizona has a special new officer. Meet Bowser the tortoise, who was found wandering the streets last year. No one ended up claiming him, so the department stepped up to adopt him. He even has a badge number, 643. During the summer, Bowser lives outside in the station's courtyard. When it's cold, he's taken inside. Bowser helps connect the community with the department, and his next campaign is to remind drivers to slow down in school zones. That is the cutest. Slow your roll, everyone, says Bowser. I need him as a daily reminder to do that. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop into Valley Fudge and Candy.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
During the Chevy 4th of July sales event, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR, plus $1,000 cash allowance. That's over $7,000 total value on this Silverado, plus $4,500 total cash allowance for current Chevy owners.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Hey, Dominic here. We always get asked, what do you have for ground pork? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4: Bavarian sausage, breakfast sausage, Italian, and pork. First, you need ground pork, preferably from a local meat shop. Mix in 2 to 3 teaspoons of Please Name per pound, make into patties, and cook thoroughly until done. All 4 of these choices will make great tasting sausage patties, and they're low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And it's time to pig out.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop into Valley Fudge and Candy.
All right, upper 80s, low 90s tomorrow, warm, humid. There could be an opportunity for thunderstorms if you go north of I-94, potentially by 4 to 5 p.m. It could be a little bit later, so Rusk County would be one area to keep an eye on. Tuesday evening, those areas could see more thunderstorms. For further south you go, it's probably more likely going to be Wednesday at some point, showers and thunderstorms. But look at the temperatures. They fall quickly. Some areas even quicker for Wednesday, but everyone's going to be in the 70s probably Thursday and Friday. We do have more storms coming back Friday night, Saturday, but for the weekend temperatures, still holding fairly nice.
Yeah.
You're going to want to find some shade tomorrow if you can.
If you can, get away from it.
That is true. All right, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.